LEGO Star Wars has released so many iconic and beloved sets these past few years, but some of these sets tend to become extremely overrated over the years. Today I compiled a list of some LEGO Star Wars sets that I consider very overrated, for various reasons. Of course, all of these sets are still quite good, and these opinions are very subjective, so drop your thoughts down below. The first set I want to talk about is the buildable Porg, that was released all the way back in 2018 with the release of The Last Jedi. Now this was a set that for a while had quite a mixed reaction to it, but for the most part, so many people praised this set, and in my local LEGO stores it was never in stock as it was the first LEGO purchase people wanted to make after seeing this seemingly adorable new creature from the sequel trilogy. In universe, I think the Porgs are quite cute, and a great marketing feature for this new movie that many people really love. In the LEGO community, however, the love for this new set is a bit out of place, I reckon. The build looks a little bit strange, and I am sure it is the best LEGO could do at this scale and the pieces available, but the head and the shape just feels a little bit off to me. I am not a fan of the buildable character line of LEGO Star Wars sets, but I think this one is one of the stranger ones ever released, that was incredibly overrated in 2018. In 2014, LEGO Star Wars started to release some sets with the release of the brand new Star Wars Rebels TV show, and one of the first sets was the iconic new ship, the Ghost. At the time, this set did quite well. People were excited for this new show and new crew of Rebels characters, and the Ghost seemingly acted as the new Millennium Falcon in Star Wars television. Rebels unfortunately didn't do too well during its next few seasons, and only after the show was finished did people start to appreciate it even more, and it grew to become one of the most popular parts of Star Wars media. Long after retirement, the sets became very sought after once again, and the Ghost received way more attention than ever before. However, this original set wasn't as good as some people started to let on, and became extremely overrated in modern years, without the most advanced build and what I consider a very lacking minifigure selection. The full Ghost crew should have been included in this set, or at the very least Sabine Wren as well, as Ezra was seen in the Phantom that connected to the set. At least we recently saw an updated version for the Ahsoka show that is quite honestly an incredible set. In 2018, LEGO released what is widely seen as the best X-Wing Starfighter playset, and in some ways I can agree with this. However, once again, I think it might be a little bit overrated, comparing to the hate some newer sets have seen that I think are quite underrated. This 2018 set had quite a good design for this new X-Wing build and a much needed modern version of the Rebel X-Wing Starfighter, as the previous version was in 2012. This one included brand new pilot helmet pieces, which instantly had a very mixed reaction by the fans, some people loving it, but I think the majority really disliked it, as it was never used again after this set. Despite this though, the set did really well, and people praise it still as one of the best X-Wings ever released. The 2021 X-Wing, however, didn't get that much praise, because many people overlooked it as we had a seemingly larger and better build 3 years prior. The 2021 version was a smaller and a way more affordable set, and personally, I really like it. And I think the 2018 version being a little bit overrated really overshadowed this set way too much, and I really thought I had to mention it in this video. This year we had a handful of new and slightly overpriced LEGO Star Wars sets, and one of these was the Jedi Bob's Starfighter. Many people were really anticipating this set, and the reintroduction of Jedi Bob had so many LEGO Star Wars fans super excited. However, I don't think this set really delivered as well, and the love it still received wasn't that deserved. For one, $40 for a Jedi Starfighter is quite insane. The ship itself was decent and had a little bit extra compared to other Jedi Starfighters, but not that much. The minifigure selection was incredibly bare as well, the only standout being a new Jedi Bob minifigure. The Akbar Trooper is quite lame to me, and not a minifigure I think many people really care for, and the third minifigure is just a gonk droid. And I consider this a sad excuse of the final minifigure for a set like this, when an astromech droid would have been so much cooler in a Jedi Starfighter. Or perhaps a more interesting bad guy character from all the different new Sith seen in the Rebuild the Galaxy show. The next few sets I really like a lot actually, and I do understand the love attached to them, but I think all of us are praising them a little bit too much. The first one jumps all the way back to 2013, and that is the Bark Speeder with sidecar set from the Clone Wars. Right off the back, this was an incredible set, and it is still one of the best Bark Speeders and probably the best sidecar included as well. And the Separatist Speeder was a great side build here, all for $25 back in the day. Recently, so many people argue that the newer version of this set is a major letdown compared to this version, which makes sense, but to an extent, the love for this set is a bit too much. The main reason this set is worth over $300 today, which in itself is really insane, is because of the Captain Rex minifigure included. And my hot take is that this minifigure is really overrated, and the newer version is better in so many ways. Of course, this is still a really good minifigure, and for a long time the best clone trooper we could have imagined to get. But in modern years, the minifigure and the set tends to become quite overrated. Another mainly clone trooper based set I want to talk about that I can imagine many people will be upset about is the latest clone trooper and battle droid battle pack. Now right off the back again, this set is objectively really good. It is easily one of the best clone trooper battle packs ever made, and at the same time includes 5 separatist battle droids. For $30, the value is really good, and the set just really delivers what you could hope to see from a set like this. However, despite being so good, the hype and the praise for this set is a bit too much. I have watched several people talk about what they think is the best set of 2024, not just Star Wars sets but all the sets in general, and this set was just praised way too high on these types of rankings, placed next to other insane, incomparable sets of the year. Ultimately, it's there to serve the purpose of a battle pack, to build your army, but the set itself and the builds included is nothing over the top, and I don't really think it is that good to compare to other incredibly good sets with insane builds and good lineups of minifigures. The final set I want to talk about is another beloved set some might disagree with, but that has to be the Darth Vader's castle from 2019. This was a set that not many people saw coming, and quite a strange one for LEGO to make as an exclusive set. But it sold quite well and had a great initial reaction attached to it. For $130 you got a nice tall build for the castle, with an interior at the back with some different features, and then of course a small TIE Advanced as well. The minifigures included were fairly good, the standouts being the Bacta tank Darth Vader and the Imperial transport pilot. However, being seen as such a high quality, exclusive set of a rather large building, this set seems a bit lacking. For one, I think there is a bit too many visible studs on this one. That isn't necessarily bad, but something I think should have been done a little bit better. And then secondly, the minifigures. I think these kinds of sets should include way more than just 5 minifigures. Looking at another base or building type of set such as the Hoth Echo base from 2011, which included 8 minifigures and a Tauntaun, and then the more modern Yavin 4 base set, a set that might only be a little bit larger than Vader's castle, that included 12 minifigures, more than double Vader's castle. Here we could have seen some other Imperial troopers or officers. Director Krennic especially could have been included in this set, who on screen is quite notable in Vader's castle from Rogue One. The set was super hyped and beloved, despite these lacking features, so I consider it quite overrated, unfortunately. What sets do you think are really overrated? Let me know down below. Then I will see you all in the next one. God bless you, and cheers.